Assalamu alaikum and good morning all of you. Welcome to the YouTube channel of Anjuman I Islam's AA Khatkate English Secondary School. I am Miss Tehseen Mistry, the English teacher of the school, and today we are going to discuss a very important, a very simple but at the same time a very interesting topic of our English writing skill. So let us see which topic are we about to discuss today. So the topic that we are going to discuss today is letter writing. Now we know that a letter is a written or a printed communication directed to a person or an organization. So when we talk of a letter can either be handwritten or it can be printed, and this letter is a mode of communication which usually takes place between two or more people or two or more organizations. Now when we talk about letter, there are basically two types of letters. The first one being the informal letter, which is also called the personal letter, and the second is a formal letter, which is also a professional or an official letter. Now this is just the basic background, or you can say a basic sample of what a letter looks like. So here in this format we can clearly see that the letter, be it formal or informal, always begins with the address. So this address is the sender's address. Sender's address means the person who is writing the letter, his address would come first. After the address, immediately we come to the date on which the letter is being written. The next comes the salutation, that is, you are going to address the person to whomever you are writing the letter. After this salutation, we come to the body of the letter. So the body of the letter could comprise of the first, the second, and also the third paragraph. Finally, after the body of the letter, you will write the concluding remarks. So the concluding remarks could also be considered to be a part of the body of the letter. After this, we finally come to the complimentary closure, and then the letter ends with the name of the sender. So this is just the basic sample or the basic format of what a letter looks like. Now, when we talk about informal letters are those which keep us in touch with family and friends. So as we have already seen, an informal letter is a personal letter. So definitely these letters would be written either to your family members or to your friends. So such letters which you write to your family or to your friends are called informal letters. Now these are just a few points that we need to remember. Informal letters are written when, situation number one, we need to communicate a lot of information. So when we feel that we have to convey a lot of information to either our family or our friends, we write an informal letter. The second situation, when we want to communicate something that is difficult to say face to face. Like for example, if you have done something really bad and you want to ask for an apology either to your family or your friends, or if you want to disclose a secret that you have either with your family or your friends, then in that case we can communicate the information using informal letters. Finally, you can write informal letters when you want to mark some special occasion, when you want to either invite somebody for some special occasion, or you want to narrate your experience about how you have celebrated an occasion to your family or friends. In such cases, we write informal letters. So these are the three primary situations where we make use of informal letters, and as we have already discussed, informal letters are written only to your family and your friends, and so informal letters are also called personal letters. Now coming to the second type of letter, which is your formal letter. So in case of formal letters, first let us see what could be the definition. Formal letters are letters to people whom we do not know on a personal level. So people who are not in the category of your family or who are not your friends, but still you know them. Such letters are called formal letters. So again, we have three situations, primary situations, wherein we can write formal letters. Such letters are written to find out information. When you want to find out some information, for example, if you want to enroll for certain classes and if you want to find out the information about those classes, in such cases you can write formal letters. If you want to apply for a job, then again you can write a formal letter. And finally, if you want to make a complaint, then we make use of formal letters. So, formal letters are letters which are written to people whom we do not know on a personal front, and therefore they are called formal or professional, or even in that case we call them official letters. So now that we know the difference between formal and informal letters, and we also have discussed the primary situations wherein we can make use of either of these two letters, now let us move ahead with our topic. So here on the screen we can see the basic format of an informal letter on the left hand side and the basic format of a formal letter on the right hand side. Now when we start comparing, we understand that no matter these two letters look the same, but there are a few differences between the two. So let us start discussing the format of these two letters, beginning with the informal letter. So when we start writing an informal letter, we first write the address, as we have already seen that every letter, be it formal or informal, should always begin with your address, the writer's address or the sender's address. So when you start writing your address, the first line of your address would be your name. So in the address, you will first write your name, followed by your entire address. And this has to go in one single line, one below the other. After you have completed your address, immediately on the very next line, we will write the date on which you are writing the letter. So the format for the date would be first the day, followed by the name of the month, then finally comes the year. So this is how we have to write the date. Remember, when we write the date, we are supposed to write it in complete sentence. Like for example, today is 28th of November. So when we write the date, we will write 28th November, put a comma, and then we write 2021. So this is how your entire address is written. After you have written the date, you will leave one line And then, since it is an informal letter, we jump to the very next line and start with introducing ourselves to the receivers. So the first thing that you write in the very next line is Dear XYZ. Now remember, in the question, it would be very clearly mentioned to whom you are going to write the letter. It could be a letter you're writing to your mother or your father or a friend. So if there is the name of the friend given to you, if the father, mother, all these things are given to you in the question itself, then you are supposed to write Dear Mother, Dear Father, or Dear Friend. After you have written this, you have to put a comma and then you come to the immediate next line. On the next line, so here, the first address is the writer's address as we have already discussed. Next, Dear Mother, Dear Father, Dear Friend is the salutation of your informal letter. After writing the salutation, you now begin with your main letter. So remember, a letter has to be divided into 3 different paragraphs. So here, the very first paragraph should be a very casual introduction. Hello, good morning, how are you? I hope you are fine there. I am fine here too. How is everybody else at home? I hope that you are in the best of health. So these are some personal information that you can share with the receiver, and you can also ask the same from the receiver. Since these are personal letters, you can start your letter with such kind of wordings. After you have written the first paragraph, which is just a casual greeting introduction, you will leave a line and then you jump to the next line. So here, in the next paragraph, which is the second paragraph of your letter, you come to the main topic. Why have you written the letter? You have written a letter to invite your friend over to your place to spend vacations with you. You have written a letter to your mother inquiring about her health. You have written a letter to your brother congratulating him for scoring really good marks in his or her exams. So whatever the reason of your letter is, it would come in the second paragraph. So you can be a bit elaborate when you're writing the second paragraph. After completing the second paragraph, again you leave a line and then you come to the third and the final paragraph of your informal letter. In the last paragraph, you can either write, I hope to hear from you soon, or I hope to see you soon in case you are inviting somebody to your place. Then you can continue by saying, give my regards to your mother and father. If it is a cousin or a friend to whom you have written a letter, you can write these words there. And all my love to little siblings or kids at home. So this is how you write the 3 paragraphs of an informal letter. After you have completed the third paragraph, on the immediate next line, you write thanking you, put a comma, leave a line, and then you finally write your sign. Now here remember, when we say writer's sign, it does not mean that you have to sign at the end of your letter. Never do your signature in the formal or the informal letter. When we say writer's sign, it means you have to first write yours lovingly, or if it is to a friend, you can write yours friendly, put a comma, and then on the immediate next line, you will write your name. Don't forget that here you are going to write the same name that you had written at the very beginning of the letter, that is the very first line of your address. So this is the general format of an informal letter. Now let us see the format of a formal letter. If we compare the two formats, we can see there are a few differences here and there. The formal letter again begins with the writer's address. The same format follows here as well. You first write your name, then you write your address. On the immediate next line, you write the date. Again, the format of the date would be the same. Day followed by the month, then put a comma, followed by the year and a full stop. Now we come to the very first difference between a formal and an informal letter. After you have written the writer's address, you leave a line, and in the formal letter you have to mention the receiver's address as well. Receiver's address means the person's address to whom you are writing the letter. So here you will write to, put a comma. On the next line you will write the. For example, you are writing a letter to the principal of your school, so you will write the and you will write principal. Do not write the person's name. Write principal, the editor, the commissioner. So you have to write the title of that person. After you have written the title, you put a comma. Then again on the next line you write the address. Now remember, since you are writing these official letters, the address should be the address of their workplace. You will not write their home address, but you are going to write the address of the institute or the company that they are working in. So if you have written a letter to the principal, so you are going to write the name of your school, and then you will write the address of your school, and once the address is complete, you put a full stop. So this is the receiver's address. After writing the receiver's address, again you leave a line, and now we come, so this is the first difference between a formal and an informal letter. After you have written the receiver's address, you leave a line, and next you write the subject. The subject is called the reference. So here in the subject you are going to write the reason why you have written the letter. If you are writing a letter to the principal asking for permission for 1 week's leave, so here you are going to write the same reason. Okay, letter to request for permission for 1 week's leave from school. So you are going to write the reason for writing that letter in the reference section of your formal letter. After you have written the subject, again you leave a line. So here when we look at this format of the formal letter, the first difference is the receiver's address. The second difference is the reference in case of a formal letter. After you have written the subject, you leave a line, and again you come to the salutation. So in case of formal letter, your salutation would begin with the word respected. Respected sir or respected madam. Do not write respected, and do not write the name of the person. Do not write dear. You have to write respected sir or respected madam only. After writing the salutation, you will put a comma, and then you begin with your main letter. So again in the formal letter you will have 3 separate paragraphs. Here in the case of formal letter, the first paragraph would not be any greetings. No hi, hello, how are you in case of formal letters. And why do we say that? Because this is a professional letter. This is an official letter. So here you have to maintain the decorum and you have to follow the pattern accordingly. So here when you start your formal letter, you will start the very first paragraph by I, The above mentioned. The above mentioned indicates the name that you have written here. So there is no need to write your name again in the case of a formal letter, since you have already mentioned your name here in the writer's address. So I, comma, the above mentioned, comma, have written this letter to draw your attention to. So you can see the difference. In case of the informal letter, we actually had a very step-by-step introduction. We did not jump to the main topic, but in the case of a formal letter, we actually come to the main topic right from the very first paragraph. So here, when you have started the first paragraph, in the very first paragraph itself, you have to give an overview of why have you written the letter. So here in short you will write, I, the above mentioned, have written this letter to draw your attention to something which is extremely important and urgent. That's it. So this could be your first paragraph. After the first paragraph, you leave a line and then you come to the second paragraph. Now in case of the second paragraph, you have to explain the main reason why have you written the letter. So as we said, you have written this letter to the principal of your school asking for permission for a 1-week leave. So here you are going to write the same reason. But remember, do not just give too much of details, or do not just keep exaggerating, or don't just expand your second paragraph too much, because then it becomes too shabby to look at. So when you're writing the second paragraph, you're only going to include the few important points that you need to convey to the receiver. So you will first write the reason. Why are you going for a leaves vacation? You're going to mention the date, when are you leaving and when are you planning to come back. Also, you're going to assure that once you are back, you are going to cover up that 1 week's portion. So these are the 3 things that you could include in this case. If you're writing a letter to the principal, these are the 3 important points that you could include in the second paragraph. After you have written the second paragraph, you leave a line and then you come to the third paragraph. So in the third paragraph, you could write, I hope that you look into the matter as soon as possible and you grant me the permission for the same. If you have written a letter of complaint, you could write, I hope that you look into the matter as soon as possible and help us out of this situation. So depending upon the question, the last paragraph could change a bit here and there. After you have written the 3 paragraphs, then we come again to the complimentary closure, that is thanking you. After thanking you, you leave a line and then you come to the final writer's sign. Now in case of a formal letter, we do not write lovingly or friendly. We stick to very formal words like faithfully, sincerely, truthfully. So here you may write yours faithfully, put a comma, and then again you are going to write your name, the same name that you had written at the very beginning of your letter. So these are the 2 types of letters, informal letter and the formal letter. And as we can see on the screen, there are few differences here and there in the way we write these 2 letters. Now there is one thing that we really need to remember. Both the letters, be it your informal or your formal letter, the entire letter right from the start till the very end has to be written only from the left hand side. That is, you have to start the letter from the margin. You have to write your address, the salutation, the 3 paragraphs, complimentary close, and finally your sign. Everything should start from the left hand side or from the margin of your page. So this is the new pattern of writing a formal or an informal letter, and I hope that at least we have understood the basic few differences between the two. So if we compare the pattern of the two or the format of the two letters, we can see the only difference is here, that is the receiver's address, and then we have the reference, which is an addition in the case of a formal letter. Rest everything is almost the same, but definitely the paragraphs, when we compare the paragraphs of the formal and the informal letter, the language is definitely going to be a bit different because the two letters are completely different altogether. Okay, so now there are a few points that we need to remember when you are writing a formal or an informal letter. The first is be focused. Read the question properly and write only the information which has been asked for in your letters. Do not write something out of the question. The second is you have to write very concise and very purposeful letters. Concise means very short, small letters, but in small letter you have to express the complete meaning. You have to explain the complete information. Okay. The third point that we need to remember is that do not write confused overlong letters. Do not write letters which are too long and which are very confusing. Shift from first information to the second, so you need to connect the dots well. Do not just keep jumping and fluctuating to and fro. So this could be the third point that you need to remember. Do not be rude. Be very, very polite even if you are complaining. If you are writing a letter of complaint, remember that your language has to be very polite. You are not supposed to be rude when you are writing a letter, especially a complaint letter. So this is the fourth point that we need to remember. Next is do not try to impress with your writing. So you need to use words which are very simple, words which are easy to understand. Write short, simple sentences and use very simple English. So this could be the next point. Next is do not use words such as please, very, very, thank you. Please don't use such words and phrases. The next is follow the format of each of the two letters. This is something which is very, very important and we need to keep this in mind. The format of the letters has changed, so you should follow the format, and comparatively the format is very easier this time. The entire letter from the start to the finish is only written from the margin, so there's nothing that you have to remember at all. So follow the format of both the letters strictly. Always write in block form, that is from left hand side only. That will also come under the format. Next is do not reveal or ask for too much of personal information in the case of a formal letter, and write simple short sentences. So these are the few points that you have to remember when you are writing either a formal letter or an informal letter. Now just for our better understanding, we first have an informal letter here. So here in the letter it says that write a letter to your mother telling her about your studies. So let us assume that you are in a boarding school and you are writing a letter to your mother and telling her about how your studies are going on. So this obviously is a letter to your mother. It's a personal letter. It's an informal letter. We have discussed the format of an informal letter. So let us begin with the main letter. So first you write your address. So your address first starts with your name. Suppose your name is Sania Kazi. So this could be the first line of your address. Next you have street number 15, comma, then on the next line you write sector 19, comma, then on the next line you will write Vashi, put a comma, and finally on the next line you write the name of your city followed by your pin code. So Navi Mumbai 400700 and put a full stop. So once you have finished the address of your letter, after the address on the next line you are going to write the date. So suppose it is 13th of May when you are writing the letter. So you will write 13th May, comma, 2020 and put a full stop. So this is your complete address. After writing this, you are going to leave a line and next you will write Dear Mother, obviously because you are writing the letter to your mother. So you will write Dear Mother. After writing the salutation, you put a comma and then you start with the first paragraph. Now since it is an informal letter, we can ask for a few things, personal information here and there. So you start by asking, how are you? I hope you are doing fine, and I hope that everybody else at home is also in the best of health. I received your letter yesterday and was very happy to read it. So this is the first paragraph of your informal letter. After the first paragraph, you leave a line and then you come to the second paragraph. Now here in the second paragraph, you only have to talk about your reason. Why have you written the letter? To tell your mother about your studies. So in the second paragraph, we are only going to talk about our studies. So here we start by saying, after 2 weeks, my exams will start. So I am studying well for my exams. I have studied all my subjects well and I am satisfied with my preparation. Now I am revising all my subjects. I have also done a lot of writing practice. I study for about 6 hours every day and take proper intervals in between as well. I hope to do well at this time, but sometimes I do get nervous. I need your blessings and best wishes. So if you look at the second paragraph, we have written only about our exams, about our studies, about our preparation. We haven't written anything extra or we haven't written anything out of the topic. So this is your second paragraph. After this, you leave a line and then we come to our last third paragraph. So in the third paragraph, we will write, I hope to hear from you soon. Give my regards to father and love to my younger brother, and you too take care. So this is where your third and the final paragraph ends. After this, on the very next line, you will write the complimentary closure, that is thanking you. After thanking you, you will put a comma, then you leave a line and then you write writer's sign, that is yours lovingly, because it is a personal letter. It's a letter to your mother. You will write yours lovingly, put a comma, and then you will write the same name that you have written at the very beginning of your letter, that is Sania Kazi. So this is how you write an informal letter, and if you look at the entire letter, it is written only from the left hand side, everything coming exactly one below the other. Okay, now let us see one example of a formal letter. So here it says, write a letter to the administrator in charge of Universal Coaching Center enquiring about the procedure for joining the institute. So you have to write a letter to the administrator in charge of a coaching center. The name of the coaching center is Universal Coaching Center. So you know whom you are writing the letter to. You have to write the letter to inquire about the procedure for joining the institute. So this is the reason why have you written the letter, to ask about how to join this specific institute. So let us start this formal letter. So again, in the formal letter also you start with with your address. So here your address would be Sania Kazi, starting with your name, put a comma. Next line, Vashi, sector 19, put a comma. Next line, the name of your city, that is Navi Mumbai, followed by your pin code, and then you put a full stop. So this is your main address. After writing the address, on the very next line you write the date, that is 13th May, 2021. So the first part of your formal letter has been written. After this you leave a line and you write the receiver's address. So here the receiver is the administrator in charge. So you will write to, comma, on the next line the administrator in charge, put a comma, then he is the administrator in charge of which institute. So it is Universal Coaching Center, put a comma, and then you write Vashi, Navi Mumbai. So your receiver's address ends here. So the first part of your letter has been written, the second part of your letter has been written. Then you leave a line and come to the reference, that is the subject. So you will write subject, put a colon, and then you will not write the entire question as it is. You are going to reframe the question in your own words and you are going to write it here right beside the subject. So what is the reason for the letter? Inquiring about the procedure for joining the institute. So this is our purpose of writing the letter, and that is what we have written here in case of our reference. After writing the reference, you leave a line and then you start with your salutation. So it says respected sir or madam, then you put a comma and then you begin with your first paragraph. So remember, in formal letter there is no hi, hello, how are you, I am fine, nothing at all. You have to be very formal with your language. So here it says, this refers to your advertisement in the Times of India dated 10th May 2020. I am attempting my class 10th board examination this year. So this is directly connecting the reason, that is the main reason for writing the letter has been directly connected or introduced right from the very first paragraph. Okay, then you leave a line and you now come to the second paragraph wherein you are going to ask about the specific questions that you have in mind related to the joining procedure. So here I would like to opt for the science stream in my class 11th. For the same, I would like to join your institute and I need to know about the timing of the classes, the fee structure and the joining date. Also, I would like to know about the number of batches. So there are 4 things that you would want to know. The first is you would want to know the timing of the classes. Then you want to know about the fee structure. Next you want to know from when the classes would begin, and in a day or in a week how many batches do they have. So these are your questions that you have in mind and you have written the same here. Okay, after writing this you leave a line and then you come to the last paragraph. So in the last paragraph you can write, I request you to add all the other necessary details left to be asked. Looking forward to an early reply. With this you end your third paragraph. After this you come to your complimentary close, the same, thanking you. After writing thanking you, you leave a line and then you come to the final part, that is the writer's sign. Here in this case it would be yours, faithfully because it is a formal letter. Put a comma and then you write the same name that you had written at the very beginning of the letter. So this is how a formal letter has to be written. I hope that we have very clearly understood the basic differences between the two types of letter. Remember, dear students, this topic, letter writing, is a very easy topic, but at the same time it is a very important topic. So if you know the format, if you remember the basic important points, then I think you're good to go. So thank you for today. Thank you for joining and have a great day ahead.